How to get your emails delivered to your subscribers' inboxes. Just because you have a large mailing list, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to succeed at email marketing. In fact, this is really just the first step to running a successful marketing campaign, and not necessarily the most difficult step at that. The hard part, then, is actually getting your subscribers to read your messages. And this, in turn, is not only a matter of writing persuasive messages that people want to open, but also boils down to getting your messages to actually reach your subscribers' inboxes. This means bypassing their spam filter, and it means avoiding their social and promotional mailboxes too. In this presentation, we'll look at a couple of things that you can do to help ensure your messages end up in the right place. Write by hand. The first and most important step by far is to make sure that all your messages are handwritten. That doesn't mean you need to get out the quill. It means that you need to stop using auto-generated subject headings and greetings, and instead write each message personally. Avoid spam terms. Spam filters are based on algorithms, which means that they can only do so much. One way that spam filters work is by looking for specific terms that will be considered warning signs that a message is not handwritten. Examples include words like Viagra, handbags, money, cash, etc. Avoid these terms, and you'll reduce your likelihood of getting filtered. Keep your messages short. Think about the last message you got from a friend. How long was it? Chances are that it was probably a few hundred words at most, and not thousands of lines long. Keep this in mind. Avoid images. Likewise, avoid large images and attachments. Gmail and other email clients can't scan these, and so they are extra cautious. Ask to be whitelisted. The best strategy for getting into customers' inboxes, and one of the ones that is most often overlooked, is simply to ask your visitors to whitelist your messages. If you keep on providing value, and your customers have come to value the content you provide, then you should find that they respond positively if you ask them to consider telling Google that your messages belong in the inbox. All this can really help your messages to end up in the inbox. But remember, the secret to success is to focus on the human element and forget the bots. That's what the bots want you to do anyway. How to write effective email copy that gets opens and clicks. Building a massive mailing list is a fantastic accomplishment, and one that can potentially prove to be highly beneficial and profitable for your business. However, simply building a big list is not enough. Even more importantly is actually reaching that audience and engaging with them in a meaningful way. And in order to do this, you need to understand how to write effective copy. In this presentation, we'll take a look at 5 tips to help you do just that. 1. Make it personal. The first thing to recognize is that good email content should speak directly to the reader and should be written in a largely colloquial and friendly manner. Email is an inherently personal medium, and your messages will be rubbing shoulders with messages from friends. Only subject lines that sound friendly and direct will get opened. This also means no automated messages. 2. Use questions. A great way to accomplish this is by using questions in your messages, and particularly in your subject headings. These work well because they force introspection on the reader's part and make them consider what is being said. 3. Keep it short. Don't rattle on in your emails. Keep them relatively short to avoid losing your reader's attention. After all, most of your readers are likely to be pushed for time. Not only that, but as your emails get longer, the likelihood of them getting filtered increases. 4. Consider the tone. While it's true that the most effective emails will be more personal in tone most of the time, this is only true assuming that the nature of the topic is not highly important or formal. Make sure your writing style is appropriate to the subject matter and consider your audience carefully. 5. Provide value. The single most important objective for any email marketing campaign is to provide value. In other words, give your readers a reason to want to open your message and make sure they get something for doing so. The mistake that many email marketing campaigns make is to use this as a platform for advertising. This essentially amounts to spam, however, and if you do this, your messages will be deleted and your subscribers will leave. Instead, aim to teach your readers a valuable lesson, entertain them, or show them where they can find a useful resource. Prove that your messages are worth opening and that your advice is worth following, and only then should you consider trying to sell. List Segmentation 101. When you have a mailing list, it's useful to think of this as a valuable resource. You can potentially gain a lot of hot leads from this list and convert a lot of your subscribers into paying customers. But that's only true if you use your list correctly and don't abuse or exhaust the opportunity. One way to make sure you get the most from your mailing list is to use list segmentation. In this presentation, I'll discuss what that is and how it works. Let's start with a definition. List segmentation is the process of dividing your mailing list into groups, allowing you to send more targeted messages. That means that you might target your readers based on their age, their sex, their geographic location, or other pertinent demographics. So why does this matter? Firstly, we know this matters because we have the data to prove it. According to research, targeted emails account for 36% of email sales versus 22% from non-targeted messages. Targeting your messages works this well because it allows you to send the right message to the right person and thereby maximize your chance of a conversion. At the same time, though, you'll avoid sending too many irrelevant messages to your list, which can eventually prevent them from opening your future correspondence at all. Of all the metrics you can use to segment your list, though, perhaps the most valuable is the level of interest metric. This refers to the amount of interest that this particular subscriber has shown by opening your messages, by clicking on links, or by scrolling all the way to the bottom. You can even use cookies in order to see whether subscribers have ever visited your checkout page. What this then allows you to do is to send your final messages that will attempt to convert your most interested readers, instead of sending these to everyone on your list and thereby potentially losing subscribers. It is very rare for a cold lead to buy from you. Rather, you will generally build interest and trust over time, and then pull the trigger in order to get a sale. By knowing how interested a subscriber is, you can do this incredibly effectively. And of course, you can also send messages to previous buyers who you know have an interest and a willingness to buy. Most autoresponders include list segmentation tools, so make use of them and see if they can drive your campaign forward.